In this video, I'm going to walk you through the essential tools you need to start making money as a coach or a consultant. And I think you're going to be glad to hear that there's only a few you need at the very beginning. So your investment isn't going to be huge right off the top. So in this first video, we're only going to talk about the very basic essentials to get you in a position to do the work and get paid for as little expense on your part as possible. I'm Laura Zavelson, and this is the Gen Expert Show, where we talk about how you can capitalize on what you already know to launch and grow a business as a coach, consultant, or independent expert, so you can take back control of your time, your impact, and your financial opportunity. Okay, so when you're very first starting, when you're still very much in the exploration phase, you really don't need very much at all. You need a client or clients, you need a way to serve those clients, and you need a way to get paid. And by the way, we will talk about the pros and cons of whether or not you should charge for these early sessions in an upcoming episode of the Gen Expert Show. So make sure you're subscribed. All right. So what happens is that a lot of times people decide to start a business and they think they can't do anything. They can't sell anything until it's perfect. So they spend all this time and money hiring a web designer and getting a developer and a logo design and creating a quiz and subscribing to CRMs. And every single one of those things costs a monthly or yearly subscription fee. They cost money. And so now you've made all this investment before you've even figured out if anyone is willing to buy your thing. And if you even like this job, right? So for now, we're going to talk about the tools you need when you're just trying to get that first paying customer or customers. And this is going to work fine for you up until maybe your first 500, 1,000, even $2,000. By the way, if you want some ideas on how to get those clients, I've got you covered in a video that talks about how to land your first clients, and I will put that down in the description. All right, so all we need in the beginning is a way to serve those clients. You'll need an email. So you can use your existing personal email, but I'm going to recommend you set up a separate free Gmail account. Now, you can use your name or some variation of your name. Or if you have one, you could use a business name. But at this point, you do not even need a business name. So don't stress out about that, okay? So the next thing you're going to need is a way to meet with those clients. And assuming at least some of those meetings are going to take place online, you'll need a platform to do that. And the two that come to mind first are both Zoom and Google Meet. Now, Google Meet actually comes free with that free Gmail account. So you can actually use Google Meet for up to a 60-minute meeting with up to 100 people for free. Okay. Now, a lot of you are just more comfortable with Zoom because you've used it more. If that's the case, you're going to probably need a pro account, or else, otherwise they cut you off after 40 minutes and it can be annoying or actually embarrassing. So I would recommend if you're going to pay for something, that is the one thing you pay for up front. And this time only, you can use your personal credit card. But just this one time, okay? And as soon as you get a business credit card, we're going to transfer the subscription over there. All right, we'll talk more about credit cards in another episode. So for everything else we're doing right now, I want you to just use the free version, okay? Now, there's one bonus tool I want to share with you that I am loving right now, and it's great for coaches and consultants. It's called Fathom, and it's one of those free AI note-taking tools. And it basically joins your Zoom meeting or your Google Meet meeting, and it summarizes the whole meeting and pulls out the action items. And it's great to have that for reference. If you're a consultant and you're talking about scope of work and you're getting ready to submit a proposal, or if you're a coach, it's really awesome to have that to send it to your clients after you meet in case they want to revisit anything. And it's a great thing that you can review. If you see clients sequentially a couple of times, you can review it for the next meeting so you remember where you were and what you talked about. Of all the note-taking tools that are out there, this one is my favorite by a lot. I think it has better summaries, it's got a great interface, and I think even on the free version, you get 5 full free summaries a month. So that should be plenty when you're just starting. Again, just trying to get those first few clients and making sure that your business is going to fly, right? Now, the last thing you need to be able to do if you're going to be a real business is you have to be able to take payments. So the really easy way is just to have people pay you directly to your personal account. So they can pay you by PayPal or Zelle or even Venmo, okay? Now, if you're a consultant or executive coach and you're doing work for a big corporation, they're going to want to document that they paid you for tax purposes. And so they might ask you to fill out a W-9 form so they can 1099 you. And if they do that, you just fill it out as yourself, you put in your social security number, and then you have them put the deposit in your personal account. Okay. In the very beginning, it is okay to have your income come into your personal account. But again, only up to your first 500, 1,000, $2,000. If it gets past that, we need to talk about opening up a business bank account or a separate personal account where you put your business funds. Okay. And again, I'm going to talk about that in another episode. So that's it. That is all you need to do to run your first coaching session or take on your first consulting client. And seriously, take on a client or two. Do a project before you do anything else. And then once you have an idea that you're selling something that somebody else wants to buy, well, then we'll move on to getting professional, getting online, starting social media accounts, getting a logo, all of the things. And that's actually what we're going to talk about in the very next episode. So if you enjoyed this episode, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I will see you next time.